Welcome to this edition of the Amateur Duckpin Tour. We're at Greenway Bowlies for the up-the-ladder finals from our finalists from Bowl America at Reisterstown. I'm here along with my broadcast partner, Joe Rainier, and we'll be back to see who comes up with a first-place money of $800 right after this.
What's the $99 down man up to now?
Hi, my name is Dr. John, and I've got some news on how to get rid of the high price blues. Huge discounts and rebates for sure. Just come and see me. I've got the cure.
Inner Harbor Ford has hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and vans in stock and on sale. Plus, get up to $3,000 cash back on select vehicles. Buy with little or no credit, only $99 down.
Just $99 down for any car on my lot. Come down to Inner Harbor Ford and let me give you my best shot.
Duckpin bowling, reach for the sky. The ball's in your lane. Big fly, the ball rolling out, give it a try. Little ball, big fun, reach for the sky.
Your big fun can come this summer in a Duckpin Bowling League. Plenty of primetime schedule available. Maintain and improve your average. Call Baltimore Duckpin Bowling proprietors today and take your family and friends bowling this weekend.
Duckpin bowling, reach for the sky. My oh my.
Time Magazine has put together a very special free gift for subscribing. It starts with something everyone needs. A telephone with automatic redial, a ringer shut-off switch, and a mute button. But when you're on the phone, it makes sense to have a calendar handy. So we've added a permanent calendar. And when you need the date, you often need the time, too. So we've included a digital clock. And then for all those important messages, we've built in a memo pad, which means you'll need a place for your pen or pencil. So here's a pen and pencil holder. It all adds up to the Ultronic 4-in-1 phone center, and it's free with your paid subscription to Time. Call this number and enjoy 26 weeks of Time for more than 40% off the cover price, payable in 3 monthly installments of just $9.89 each. Call 1-800-274-9393 now. It's the most remarkable offer Time has ever assembled, including this handsome 4-in-1 phone center, free.
And if you would like to be a home contestant and you live in the Connecticut area, all you need to do is send us a postcard with your name, address, and phone number on it to Amateur Duckpin Tour, Post Office Box 1542, Wallingford, Connecticut, 06492. And if you want more information about the Amateur Duckpin Tour, call area code 203-265-3837. In the Baltimore, Washington area to be a home contestant, address that postcard to Amateur Duckpin Tour, Post Office Box 657, Reisterstown, Maryland 21136. Or for more info about the Amateur Duckpin Tour, area code 301-363-0038. And I want to remind you that if you are a home contestant and your bowler wins, first prize is $50, second $25, third $15, and fourth place is $10. And Joseph, what do we have set up here for our first match? Joey Sears and Ed Brittingham.
Okay, our 4 finalists from Bowl America Reisterstown. As you said, 4th seed Joey Sears, 124 average with an 11 handicap, will be facing Ed Brittingham, a tour average of 118 and a handicap of 15 in our first match, with the winner going on to face Elton Reeves of Baltimore, 126 average, 9+4 handicap, and our top seed, John Henshaw, a tour average of 121 and a handicap of 13+2. Joey Sears and Ed Brittingham. Our first bowler will be Ed Brittingham, 3rd seed, and he chose to bowl first.
All right, Ed Brittingham is picking his at-home contestant right now from the card drum furnished by Superior Novelty.
I think he picked your name, Mike. I could see it. I saw it on the card.
Doubt it. You know, it surprises me, though, Joe. We do have a lot of people write in, and still I have more people ask me, how can they do this? And the bowling proprietors were kind enough to furnish entry blanks.
Yes, we have postcards at all the participating centers, whether you be a bowler in a league, a weekend bowler, open bowler, or just a viewer. Stop in and they'll give you cards. Send in as many as you can get your little hands on. They do stay in the drum. We do not take them out weekly. The cards stay in the, what do you want to call it, the spinner, the drum?
We'll call it a drum.
The drum's okay?
The drum's
all right.
good. All right, and that's a 10 count for Ed Brittingham in the first frame.
Plus his 15 is 25.
And this is Joey Sears. And the significance of that shirt he's wearing, Joseph?
Look out. 710 with a wiggle, but it's still the 710.
Well, it's nice that Joey can smile at it. That's always nice.
That's a cover for the tears when you leave the 710. ADT winner 1987 Pairing Parkway, and he hooked up with Paul Lerner and won a doubles at Severna Park. So he's been there before.
And Joey's going to do this one at a time here, these last two pins.
It's a good practice frame.
Yes.
One in the middle and one on each corner.
10 count.
21 to 25. Ed, because he gets 15 pins, Joey 11. Ed has a 4-pin lead at the end of the first frame. Joey's bowling balls match his shirt perfect.
Well, that breaks a little bit better, Joe, but nevertheless, not an easy one to make.
I'll tell you what, this may be harder to get 10 out of than the other. You know, it's depending what happens with this ball. Makeable, yes, it's a little more makeable, but if you take the front one off, of course, then you have the 7-8 with only one ball left. Joey threw the first two balls exactly the same place. The ball finished a little late, and it's throwing the head pin in front. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. 3-7-8 for a spare in the second frame. Somebody at home's going to like that shot.
That's right, Doris Baxter. That should make you very happy. 5911 Plainfield Avenue in Baltimore. She's Joey's at-home partner. And we've got Ed up here now, and his at-home partner is John Nichols of 3200 Fleet Street in Baltimore.
Oh, look out, a strike in the second frame for Ed. Had some pins moving there. There's 4 of them lying on the deck, but as long as they're lying down, they...
There we have it again. Here it goes. Boy, they were all over the place. So Ed Brittingham's got that strike to work on.
35 plus in the second frame for Ed, 21-31 plus for Joey.
And he's got quite a spin on his ball, Joe.
He does snap it out there, doesn't he? He left the head pin for a single. Nice break. He was a little wide to the right.
But when it went out there, I didn't think it was coming back at all for a minute.
Sort of slid a little bit. I think he went, as we say, he went around it. Watch his hand motion here as he... Bullseye. 45 through 2 frames with a spare in the third as Joey gets up to bowl his third frame.
Eight count on that spare. Second, so. And converts it.
45 to 39 with Ed 6 pins up. Both bowlers have a spare in the third frame. Good ball.
It is.
Good ball. He played a little tighter line. The first 2 frames, he swung it out. They came in a little behind the head pin. As you watch this one, a little tighter. Boom.
Good action moving across.
Kick off the wall, yep. When you can kick the 5 off the wall, you know you got the ball moving in the right, with the right speed and turn.
A little full on that head pin, but he still came out of that very well.
Almost identical to his second frame strike when he moved the pins around. Both bowlers opened in the first frame, and Joey went spare, spare, strike, and now Ed strike, spare, and very possible another spare. He knew it.
Yeah, he lost it on the left a little bit there.
A little pull. 74 through 4 frames with Joey 69 and a strike. Ed will be bowling the 5th frame, trying to get things back on track. A lot of times they say you miss a single, you'll throw a strike. Let's see what happens. It's in the book. That one, that was automatic, right?
For once, Joe, you got lucky.
I got to live on that one. It'll be a long day. Mark that down. Joe was right in the 5th frame of the 1st game. Oh, my. Help that one a little. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. He was on a strike, so has another bonus ball here.
Yeah, he needs to do a little bit of damage with this one.
Yeah, especially since Ed has his strike. $77 to 74 through 4 frames. Okay, 86 through 5 for Joey, 74 with a strike up for Ed. There you see it, through 5 frames. Joey bowling the 6th frame.
I think Joey needs to get back on that head pin a little bit.
Yeah, he got a little wild here the last couple frames. Easy to do.
Well, I don't think anybody knows any better than Joey does.
He'd like to hit the front one right now. Okay. 793 through 6 frames for Joey Sears. And this can be a damaging box here with Ed rubbing the ball down. 84 plus a strike.
And it does. It gives Ed Brittingham a very big opportunity.
Pushed it through, 159. Still counting on his strike. But they kept the game close.
Yeah, Ed's not real happy with that either. But he's, consistently he's been getting a little bit fuller on the head pin each time.
Yes, he did. He got away with 2 of them, and it's where you want to be. The pins, if you put a lot on the ball as he's doing, you can watch the ball flipping down the lane as he turns it out of his hand. And he's broke up 2 splits. One he turned into a strike, the other was 9, and he missed a single. But here he has 90 through 6 to 86 for Joey. Shooting at 4 pins. 4 big pins. Nice shot.
There you go.
100 through 7 frames. Through 6 frames, I'm sorry. To 93, and a 7-pin lead, a 7-pin lead for Ed.
So Ed didn't necessarily seize the opportunity there to widen that any.
Swung that one a little wide, took out the 6-9. Very makeable shot. He really didn't mess things up too much with that. Ooh, took out the 7-8, or left the 7-8. Pin come off the wall in front. Both bowlers with 3 marks through 6 frames. Ed strike, a spare, and then another strike, and Joey spare, strike. 109 through 7 for Ed. 2 big frames for Joey. Another pull.
So both of our bowlers here seem to be struggling somewhat.
They lost it a little. They came out of the gate together, both of them bowling well, and both seem to be having a little trouble finding a nice smooth stroke. There's a nice one. Ooh.
Joe, I can't really imagine this, but you've actually been right twice now in the same match.
Yeah, it was 1, 5, 7, 8, 9. I would recommend that you try not to break that shot. Then you don't have to worry about making it. That's a tough shot. Yeah. He's really having trouble hanging that ball out to the right. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10.
You almost pulled that one off. This should be somewhat of a lesson to the folks at home. This is a former ADT champion here. And even a guy of Joey Sears' caliber has trouble from time to time when he can't get the location right, he can't get the pace right, he can't get his rhythm going.
Yeah, one thing, yes, and nice ball. Whoop, tried 3 times to hit that pin, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's a big pin, too. Joey with 117 through 8 frames. Ed 109 through 6. Through 7, I'm sorry. $119 plus through 8 to 117 for Joey. A 2-pin lead plus a ball for Ed.
But like I say, Joe, it just goes to show you how much you do have to keep your head in the game.
You really do, and when you throw a couple bad balls, you can let it really, you become almost scatterbrained, where your thoughts just start racing through your mind. And, you know what you have to do, and you just sort of have to collect yourself and go back to doing it. And it looks that that's what Ed's done here. The last 2 frames, broke 9 and made it, made another 9 count on that, and this is a big pin. This can give him a pretty comfortable lead. He'll be marking in the 9th frame if he makes this. Little help. Good old 9th frame, Mike. He's left the door open. He has a 9-pin lead. I believe it's 128 and 10, 138. So he actually has 11-pin lead. But Joey, here's where we watch the turnaround happen so many times. Okay, Joey's bowling the 9th and 10th frame. He's 11 behind. If he can make 2 marks, he's going to throw the pressure back on Ed, who has been pretty comfortable for about the last 4 frames. There you see it. This 2-pinner's a must for Joey.
And he got it. So that'll give Joey 127 plus in the 9th frame, as opposed to Ed Brittingham with 138. Five-pin count.
Hung it out to the right once again, left the 1, 2, 6, 8, and 10, and he needs this. He's 6 behind, and he's bowling the 10th frame.
Picks up 10.
142. What we have is Ed needs 5 pins. Pretty easy from here, Mike. I can get 5.
Don't push it, Joe. You've already been right twice.
Stay in my seat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we got a winner.
Okay.
Ed Brittingham, who will be going on to face second-seeded Elton Reeves of Okay, Ed throws his second ball. Ooh, okay, he's going to shoot.
Pulled it out with a mark there.
148 if he hits this pin. To 142 for Joey Sears. And as we said, Elton Reeves, our second seed, is waiting in the wings to bowl Ed. 148 to 142.
All right, and the final score here, Joe, indicative of how close the match really was. We'll be back with our second up-the-ladder final right after these messages.
It's the Open Handicap Classic Tour, June 24th through 26th at Suitland Bowl, combined with the Dish Classic, co-sponsored by Bud Light. You could win $2,500 for first place, $1,500 for second place, $850 for third place, $600 for fourth place, or $500 for fifth place. Entry fee is only $60. Don't miss the Open Handicap Classic Tour, combined with the Dish Classic, June 24th through 26th at Suitland Bowl, co-sponsored by Bud Light. What's the $99 down man up to now?
Hi, Hi, my name is Dr. John, and I've got some news on how to get rid of the high price blues. Huge discounts and rebates for sure. Just come and see me. I've got the cure.
Inner Harbor Ford has hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and vans in stock and on sale. Plus, get up to $3,000 cash back on select vehicles. Buy with little or no credit, only $99 down.
Just $99 down for any car on my lot. Come down to Inner Harbor Ford and let me give you my best shot.
Look closely, because this beautiful ring is about to become a beautiful watch. Introducing the luxurious Sato Time Ring. Both a beautiful ring and a precision quartz timepiece. The Sato Time Ring is exquisitely layered in your choice of genuine sterling silver or genuine 18-karat gold. How much does it cost? Don't ask, because as part of a nationwide publicity campaign, we are giving away these beautiful time rings. Not for the hundreds of dollars you might expect, but for only this astonishing low TV publicity price. But be warned, the Sato time ring is so unusual, perfect strangers may strike up a conversation just to get a closer look. And wait, here's a special bonus. If you phone within the next 30 minutes, we'll let you order a second Sato time ring for only half price. So hurry.
To order, call toll-free 1-800-441-2626. That's 1-800-441-2626. Save COD charges by using your Visa or MasterCard. Or mail $10 silver, $20 gold to Time Ring, P.O. Box 1738, Hicksville, New York. Or call now, 1-800-441-2626.
And in the Baltimore, Washington area, the Amateur Duckpin Tour, Post Office Box 657, Reisterstown, Maryland 21136, area code 301-363-0038.
3, 4, 6, and 7. Not much you can do with this, Mike. You try to get 10 out. Nice 10 frame. Threw 3 balls right where he wanted them to get that. It's a tough frame. 35 through 2 as Elton bowls the second frame.
The action was there.
5 pin for a single pin spare break.
Elton just needed to get a little bit lucky on that. That might have been a strike. He makes it a spare.
Didn't get a lot of it, but that's the nice thing about a single. You don't have to hit much of it. Elton with a high set 463 and a high game of 483. And a strike on his spare, 39 to 35 through 2 frames with Elton having a strike in the 3rd frame.
Ed's having a little bit of trouble with that. Joe, it looks like something's bothering Ed on the approach there to, you know, something that he's doing, because he seems to keeps looking down or whatever, way he's planting his foot or something like that. So it seems like he keeps pulling it off to the left all the time.
Yeah, and it looks to me like he's getting a little, how do you describe this? Instead of the nice knee bend, he's leaning forward from the waist, and that puts the weight on the front of your toe, and you'll tend to stop. Oh, yeah, he must have corrected it. He slid nice and was in position when he threw the ball. we get going a little fast, and if you relate it to running, when you run, you lean forward. Well, if you go fast in your bowling approach, you'll end up leaning forward, and then you bend from the waist, and you can't get your arm through the ball. Okay, it corrected, made a spare in the 4th frame, 51 plus.
All right, now Elton is rolling on a strike in the 3rd. So this will be 49 plus 2 balls. Yes.
Oh, sweet roll. A little tap and a doubleheader in the 3rd and 4th frame. Boy, that can open up some distance.
Yeah, I was going to say, there it is, and the doubleheader comes early this match. I'll tell you what, Joe, as smooth as he's rolling, though.
Putting it in there.
He sure is.
Left the 3-9-10. That's sort of a stopper. That's a tough shot. But he counted 7 on his double. We're still counting on the 2nd strike. He's going to be up in the 20s with his lead. Nice shot. Holy mackerel. It's so easy.
That is 4 marks in a row there.
Spare.
2 strikes and another spare.
And actually a 35-pin lead after 4 frames minus Ed's count right here. Ed's got to get going here. He's stuck again. And I believe it's him. It's not the lane. We all look down when that happens, but I think his timing and rhythm's a little off. And
yeah, more than anything, I just think he's looking down to see where he's wound up.
Nice shot. Ooh, nice try. Ed with a high set of 460 and a high game of 196.
That was a little bit close to the pocket that time, so.
He's left the 10-pin and needs it very badly. As he's about, well, he's 34 pins behind plus Elton's first ball, so nice shot. 72 plus for Ed in the 6th frame.
It's in the pocket again.
5, 6, 10, a 7 count, giving him 103 in the 5th frame. Not too bad. And a 41-pin lead. Maybe a good time, Mike, to remind him again that Chet Gaffney and the Amateur Duckpin Tour is going to hold some bowling clinics. That would be in classroom instruction and on the lane instruction. For more information regarding the time, the cost, and the place that these will be held in the Baltimore, Washington area, call 363-0038. And that number also can give you any information as far as home contestant joining the amateur tour, the open handicap, or the doubles in the Baltimore, Washington area. In the Connecticut, New England area, 203-265-3837.
That's the 2nd frame in the row. Elton's left himself with 3 pins.
He has, I tell you, he should be very relaxed. He has quite a lead.
Well, he's a good bowler to watch, simply because he's deliberate. The routine is the same each and every time. He doesn't rush himself.
Nice smooth, you're right. The rhythm's good, and he's got a nice controlled backswing. His shoulders stay square to the line. He does a lot of things right. Time for Ed Brittingham to get moving. Got to whip the horse a little bit here, Mike. You know, what you pointed out about 4 frames ago seems to have been that he's just not comfortable at the line, and it's
it's like you say. I don't think it's a problem with the lane either, but it's just, you know, Ed's doing something up there when he finishes at the line that he's not happy with.
Nice shot. 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, 8, 10.
All right, so that's 2 spares in a row for Ed Brittingham. So Ed is mounting some type of comeback here.
Well, 2 frames ago he was 41 behind, and he can get it down into the 20s with a good ball here. Whoops. That was almost disastrous. 11, 32 pins.
Once again, I don't know what the reason is, but the finish is not fluid. It seems more awkward than anything.
Hitting there a little quick, and he's having to lean forward and then having to drag the ball through. And the timing, I tell you, this game, when you lose the timing, it's a hard game. You watch here as Elton, how steady he is as he's releasing the ball.
Right.
It's almost like stop action. If you watch, his foot comes to a complete stop, and then the arm just comes through with no jerk. It's just a fluid motion. Watch, maybe we'll get a good shot of it here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Elton, I owe you one, buddy.
Well, I think if we were to replay what he looked like when he threw his first ball in this one, he'd look the same.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You don't have to see the ball. You know when the bowler does it right. So does the bowler. 131 through 8 frames and a 35-pin lead for Elton.
Like I said, a very deliberate bowler, no hurry.
I really like his solidness at the line. It looks like you could walk up and push him, and he's that firm that he'd be in position, and that's the position you need to get in to come through with that ball. Ten pin, back to back. Moves to the left. Nice.
Yeah, he got it that time.
Good old third ball, 141. If Ed throws 4 strikes, he could shoot 156, and that would force Elton to mark. Now the best he can do if he makes this and triples would be 146, and Elton would need 6. So it looks like John Henshaw, our top seed, 121 average bowler with a 15 handicap from Baltimore, Maryland, will be facing Elton Reeves in our championship match, and a check for $800, Mike.
Yeah, Joe, I was just looking on that last ball there. Ed removed his glasses for some particular reason.
You know, only because I've been around and it's happened before. It's actually very warm on that approach from the lighting that we need to do the telecast. And the bowlers with glasses, sometimes there's been 2 reasons. One, they've actually steamed up. Mm-hmm. And the other is that you're perspiring and they start sliding, and it becomes a little annoying. So I don't know for what reason. Okay, Ed, tough game. 113. And we'll watch Elton finish out. 141 in the 9th, bowling the 10th frame. 1, 2, 3, nice approach. 2-8.
Well, he had the match well in hand before he did that.
I think he'd like to go out on a good note, though, because he's got to come back and bowl another game. Waiting for a ball to come back.
It'll take a little bit more time.
He's just making John Henshaw sit on the hot seat a little longer, I believe. But we do have a winner with 7-1-48 for Elton.
All right, and we'll have our finals of the Up the Ladder finals right after these messages.
What's the $99 down man up to now?
Hi, my name is Dr. John, and I've got some news on how to get rid of the high price blues. Huge discounts and rebates for sure. Just come and see me. I've got the cure.
Inner Harbor Ford has hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and vans in stock and on sale. Plus, get up to $3,000 cash back on select vehicles. Buy with little or no credit, only $99 down.
Just $99 down for any car on my lot. Come down to Inner Harbor Ford and let me give you my best shot.
It's the Open Handicap Classic Tour, June 24th through 26th at Suitland Bowl, combined with the Dish Classic, co-sponsored by Bud Light. You could win $2,500 for first place, $1,500 for second place, $850 for third place, $600 for fourth place, or $500 for fifth place. Entry fee is only $60. Don't miss the Open Handicap Classic Tour, combined with the Dish Classic, June 24th through 26th at Suitland Bowl, co-sponsored by Bud Light.
Is there really a product that can actually stop hair loss? Can you rejuvenate hair growth? I'm Robert Vaughn.
And now, excerpts from Discover with Robert Vaughn.
A current product on the market that boasts of its powers to stimulate hair growth and prevent hair loss is called the Helsinki Formula. Now, from the University of Helsinki Hospital in Finland is Dr. Ilona Schreck-Perola. Is this an effective treatment, then, for anyone experiencing hair loss?
About 80% success.
It's effective, but is it absolutely safe?
It's very safe.
The way it works is really very simple. It cleanses the tissues around the follicle, and often when that happens, the follicle's allowed to regenerate. It's just unplugged.
We heard from some of the people who have tried the Helsinki Formula and experienced some startling personal results.
Today, you can see a dramatic difference. A lot of hair all over the front of my head.
On the left, we can see Mike's hair after a few weeks with the formula. And on the right, after 2 months of use, the bald spot looks almost covered.
It just keeps coming in. I'm pretty happy with the Helsinki product. And sure enough, it's worked for me.
If for any reason you're dissatisfied with the product or if it doesn't work, we'll refund the entire purchase price, no questions asked.
Discover for yourself.
The Helsinki Formula. This safe and effective treatment comes with a full 3-month supply. To order on your Visa or MasterCard, call toll-free 1-800-543-5200. The exclusive conditioner and specially formulated shampoo are only $39.95 plus $3 postage and handling. So call 1-800-543-5200. The Helsinki Formula comes with a complete 90-day money-back guarantee. That's toll-free 1-800-543-5200.
That's quite an exhibition Elton put on last match.
Yeah, he had that last couple frames a little shaky, but whoop-de. Starting out going to the left a little bit. He bowled 8 real well bowled frames and seemed to lose it a little bit. I don't know if he started wiping the ball off. I don't know if he's having trouble. It gets hot out there, and when the palms and fingers start to perspire, it can be a little tough. But he makes it spare. 1-3-6.
Elton had, let's see, I think it was a run to second through 5th frame, Joe. Spare, doubleheader strike, and another spare, and it's what really jumped him out ahead in the match.
Yeah, it just sort of took the game away from Ed, and as we saw, Ed was fighting his timing and rhythm, and
all right, and if that first ball's any indication, John Henshaw looks like somewhat of a power bowler here, Joseph. I mean, he's smooth, but I think he's throwing that thing pretty hard.
Yeah, pretty long arc with that arm. Watch where he's... Ooh, he thought that was going in the hole. We ended up with a 6-frame, handicap of 15. 6 and 15, 21. Elton with 23 plus as he spared in the first frame. And John will be trying to get things going here. He was... I believe he's finished second, maybe in 2 of the amateur tour stops. He's
John has?
Yeah, he's put on his paper here as tournaments won. He put none and then put second place jinx. So I would believe
he's finished in second a few times.
He'd like to get a ball in the middle of the lane just to get a little confidence. He has a high set of 498 and a high game of 204. There he finally touched the head pin. 29 through 2 frames. And here Elton will be trying to jump out to a big lead early again.
Boy, he gets a lot of action, Joe.
Well, I tell you,
he really does.
We've watched him get a little quicker too, Mike. I don't know if you've picked it up, but
yeah, it looked like in his release.
Well, the approach got a little quicker, causing him to have to sort of jerk the ball through.
John Henshaw's at-home partner is M.T. Mercaldo of 1602 Alston Road in Towson, Maryland.
I have to excuse us, Mike. We don't get rehearsals on the cards, right? They draw them out and hand them to us.
It's a little smaller than what I'm used to.
29 to 39 with Elton having a 10-pin lead after 2 frames. So both bowlers, we're going to have a new champion, Mike, regardless of who wins. Both bowlers have finished second. You had Elton finish second at Parkville. And John really didn't put where he finished second, but I'm sure he has.
Well, he made it sound on here like it was a number of times.
Yes.
More than once, at least.
Okay, 10 and 49 through 3 frames for Elton.
In talking to John, previous to the match here, I like what he says about his approach to this game. He wants to get off to a good start and maintain a good attitude no matter what the breaks are. And he's big enough to admit that his temper sometimes gets the worst of him.
And that can make the duckpin game very difficult. He's having a little trouble. I think he's fighting with himself right now. He's had a couple frames where he hasn't been able to hit the front pin with any of the balls. There you go. That'll help him a lot right there. We've mentioned before, and we're not making excuses for the bowlers, it's a little different atmosphere than you're used to when you take the approach on the TV show. Yeah, we got a spinner. We need that to move back a little. We're not done yet. Look. I think we're done now. The 9-pin for a single. First look at a spare break for either of the bowlers since Elton marked in the first frame.
Missed it on the right.
Got the wheels turning. .47 through 4 frames. Elton 49 through 3 frames. There you see it. Elton Reeves bowling the 4th frame. I think each bowler's waiting for the other one to make a move here, Mike. It's
well, Elton's got, what, a 10-pin lead here, Joe?
10 plus a couple, maybe.
Plus, yeah.
And if he makes this, he'll be 12 plus a ball. Keeping it close. $58-47 and an 11-pin lead for Elton. The pressure showing. There you see 8 frames, 4 for each bowler, and we have but 1 mark.
One of those wiggles, Joe.
Trying to hit it again. Watch the one on the lane. If that rolls off, nope, it's not going to reach. Okay. The 1-6, very makeable.
And he did it.
Nice shot. 68 plus in the 5th frame for Elton. John needs to get going here. He needs to throw a couple good balls, get a little confidence. I think he's a little shook, a little upset with himself the way he's been throwing the ball.
There we are. I was just about to say John hadn't marked in the match yet. And there it is. There he is. That makes him look a lot happier.
Yeah, this doesn't do a lot for the confidence. It helps the score a lot, though. Yeah. He's still wondering, what do I have to do to hit the front one? So he's still fishing. You know, it's nice that he got the strike, but he knows he didn't hit what he was shooting at. And as you see him standing there, that's what's going through his mind. Waiting for that ball. That might have been the lucky ball.
You're not going to tell me bowlers are superstitious.
Oh.
He was on at that time, Joe. At least a piece of it.
He's still having a little trouble coming through with it. If you see at the end of his swing, it's that little pull to the left. And he did catch the head thing going away. Let's see if he brings it on straight through. And he did.
Good job. It's 2 marks in a row for John Henshaw.
That turned the game around where it can. It's 68 through 5 for Elton to 67 and a 1-pin lead for Elton plus this ball. 1 and 5, a 6-pin lead. But remember now, John made his whoop. There goes another one. 6 is 74.
Well, John's got a spare up in the next frame.
And that's a big mark because this is a difficult shot, almost impossible. I believe they're going to respot the number 1 pin. He wasn't watching the pin spin, and he hit the deadwood. 73 to 67 with Elton leading by 6 through 5 frames. But remember, the lead is about to change hands, I believe. John has a spare in the 6th, and Elton working out a mess down there. The 1, 4, whoop, it doesn't matter. He didn't hit any of them. 6 for 79 to 77. And John is on a count.
Yeah, 77 plus there, right?
Right. Elton going over to bowl the 8th frame. I think he's probably talking to himself, saying, let's get this back together here.
You know, after that weight, Joe, he looked, the first ball he threw there, he looked like he got it way out in front of where he normally does.
Yeah, it's...
I think that might have thrown him off a little bit.
What you have to remember is that pin, had he not been on a mark, of course, you're just setting a pin back up, you know, and shooting the original shot, but it cost him a pin in count. And who knows how big that pin will be, you know, before the game's over.
Sure.
Nice try. Yeah, the first 8 frames, he was so, the rhythm was so good. And as we see, you know, many times you mentioned how well he was throwing the ball. And, of course, the results were very positive. And all of a sudden, it looked like he lost it. And he's only made 2 marks in his last, well, he opened the last 2 frames of the last game, so 9 frames. And, boy,
there's some body English there from John Henshaw. I get excited too, John.
Well, I tell you, he looks like a different bowler the last 3 frames.
He does.
I mean, absolutely had trouble for 4 frames, and he pulled that one a little bit, but he had a good count, and he's taken over the lead. He has, if he hits that pin, 96 and an 8-pin lead. He's still has that little pull right at the end, and it's something that's very difficult. And you know, most bowlers do not know how to practice not to do that. You'll go out and if you don't have good practice habits, which most of us don't have, you can go out and you're just practicing a bad habit, and you really need to look into what are you doing wrong and not do it time and time again. It's hard to break a bad habit. Oh my, 2, 4, 5. He went by it on the right side.
Well, he got 3 of them that time. I gave him a 10 count. Joe, you know, I might add this. You're talking about bad habits in bowling, as in any sport. A lot of times it's very difficult to be objective about the things you do wrong. And it's one of the reasons that the Amateur Duckpin Tour is coming up with their bowling clinics, both on lane and classroom, to just simply make you a better bowler. And Joe, how can somebody be advised of the times and costs of those certain things?
Okay, well, Chet, because of the demand for it, we've been asked many, many times, you know, where can I go get lessons? And sometimes it is difficult to find it. So Chet is putting together some bowling clinics, sponsored by, or not sponsored by, but through the Amateur Duckpin Tour. And like you said, in classroom instruction and on the lane instruction. The Baltimore, Washington area, you call the Amateur Duckpin Tour at 363-0038. The New England area, Connecticut, 203-265-3837. And at this time, Mike, I think the demand is going to weigh where this takes place, you know, how many clinics will be held.
Sure, and that's why we'd like the folks to call for information. Elton put up a spare there in the 9th frame, so when he comes back to bowl in the 10th, he'll be looking at 107 plus.
Exactly. Right now, John has an 8-pin lead. Elton with a spare in the 9th. John shooting at a 2-pin spare. Close game.
Yes, it is.
Close game. Not particularly high scoring, but I tell you, if they keep it close, it can be just as exciting. There again, we have the pull to the left, and he leaves the 2-pin.
Which leaves John talking to himself.
Yes.
I can't say I'll blame him. Good count.
Yeah, I can hear what he's saying. I told you not to do that, and you did it anyway. Again, it's the negative command, and you really have to tell yourself what it is you're going up there and do, not what you don't want to do. There's a lot of things you don't want to do. Pretty ball.
That headband.
Very timely, very timely. 115 to 107 for Elton. John with a strike in the 10th. So
there's one more look at it, Joe. Beautiful strike.
He has an 8-pin lead. Elton with a spare in the 9th, John with a strike in the 10th. So he's forced Elton to make another mark.
All right, and he's going to finish this off.
He's waiting for that lucky ball, as we called it. A lot of bowlers do have a ball that they prefer to bowl first. If they don't have a match set, sometimes the first ball weighs a little more. You know why I waited?
Pick a spot. Pick a spot to do this.
Well, what he's just done, he cannot close Elton out.
That's it.
But he's just put Elton, the first 2 balls Elton threw, so they're going to have to be strikes.
Yeah.
If John strikes one more time, he can shoot 145. If Elton throws 3 strikes, he can shoot 147. What a time to find a groove, huh?
I'm telling you. That's
Beautiful finish.
That's what I was going to say. It's the deadly doubleheader again.
1-4-4 for John, and we'll watch Elton. I told you what he needs to do. We'll just see what happens. This must be a strike. We got a winner. John Henshaw, first Amateur Duckpin Tour Championship, and $800.
I might add, and I'm sure John will be happy about this, he finally broke the 2nd place jinx.
We may have to show him that, see him.
I think it's a good idea. Much to Elton's credit, it's bowled very well here today, and
119.
well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. 144 to 119. Our winner is John Henshaw, and we'll be back with the awards ceremonies after these messages.
The DPBA wants you. The Duckpin Professional Bowlers Association is looking for a few good men. If you have a 130 average in a sanctioned league, you may have what it takes. DPBA bowlers will be shooting at over $125,000 in prize money in 1988. They'll receive national cable TV coverage and the satisfaction that they're among the best in the world at making the ducks fly. Join the excitement. Take the first step. Write today for a membership application.
I sold over 3,000 used cars last year, but only 1,000 were sold retail. The balance was sold wholesale because they weren't good enough for you, my customers. No vehicle on my lot has over 50,000 miles, and all are Maryland State inspected. At Inner Harbor Ford, you can buy for as little as $99 down or $99 a month, plus get a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty with every used vehicle purchased. If there's a problem with any used car purchase from me, we'll make it right. You may not buy your next used car from me, but you should.
Hello, I'm Robert Guillaume, but you probably know me better as Benson. You know, it's hard to believe that just 700 miles from the shores of the United States, the world's wealthiest nation is a little country that has been called the Ethiopia of our hemisphere. I'm talking about Haiti. I'll be hosting a special television report that goes behind all you've heard lately about Haiti. It focuses on the children, and it's called Children Crying at Our Door. Watch for it. It's coming soon on this station.
Sunday night at 10 on Baltimore 54.
Homeowners, this could happen to you. Did you know that over 90% of all break-ins occur through a door? Can a burglar easily get through your door? Not if you have armor-sealed doors manufactured by Dorico.
It would deter any burglar or robber.
Nobody can break into it very easily.
It's a real preventive door against the crime of burglary.
Since I have had that door, I have had no break-ins.
Security alone is worth more for your family than anything.
And that door has made me feel very safe.
Join the thousands of satisfied customers who feel safer behind doors from Dorico.
Call now to get your free Security Energy Kit. Call 1-800-633-2800. 1-800-633-2800. Act now and get your $100 rebate check. 1-800-633-2800. That's 1-800-633-2800.
Don't get caught behind the legal rights 8-ball. Injury on the job or in an auto accident does not guarantee you financial compensation. Effective legal representation is a must, and Neil Lewis, attorney at law, is effective, recovering millions of dollars for his clients. When you call the 24-hour Lewis Law Line, you don't get handed over to staff or associates. You talk with Neil Lewis.
Call my Lewis Law Line and we'll discuss your case. There's no consultation charge and I receive no fee unless we win.
John, I got to ask you this. We talked to you before the show, and you said the thing you wanted to do was not only win, but to beat the second place jinx. How many times have you finished second?
Plenty, Mike, plenty. All through the years, everything I've ever done has been second place, and I'm just glad maybe this is the start of a new thing.
Well, we're here to tell you you finished first place today.
Thanks.
So Joe's got a check for you here, and I think he's got something he wants to ask you too.
Do you remember what that was? No, really. We were watching, and obviously he was having a little trouble, and all of a sudden the 10th frame comes up, and he goes bang, bang, doubleheader strike, and the jinx is broken, and he has a championship. So once again, congratulations to you.
Glad it wasn't one of them pressure questions. I thought I had another pressure question going in, Mike.
Okay, thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time on Amateur Duckpin Bowling.
Cool Vent Energy Pane Triple Glass Replacement Windows are on sale at saving